Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, by subscribing if you have not done so already, or by telling me what your favorite cryptocurrency is and why you think it is going to be the best cryptocurrency in the entire world in 50 years. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. For those of you who have not been here over the last 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and a half hours, Bitcoin has finally, my nose touched the thing, finally broken past 50,000 US dollars per coin. As you might have imagined, a lot of people are quite excited that this has finally happened. We've been waiting for a very long time for this. Bitcoin makes history with $50,000 all-time high. Bitcoin hits $50,000, a new historic milestone for Bitcoin's price. As you might have imagined, tons of people, the price predictions that are currently floating around for Bitcoin's price are a bit astronomical, one might say. And then a couple of hours later, Bitcoin breaks 51,000 US dollars. The price is currently pumping. At least at the time of me making this video, we have a lot of people saying that the goal is to hit that $1 trillion market cap. I forgot the exact number that Bitcoin is, not an exact round number, but we are very, 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 very close to it. German analyst says, looks as if Bitcoin is eating gold. The amount of people who were Bitcoin naysayers, who are now, I mean, these people are angry. And I don't mean like a little angry. I mean like they are annoyed. Not going to say any names, but you know exactly who I'm talking about. There are 3 specific individuals who keep close watch on the cryptocurrency space every single day, who keep saying that Bitcoin's going to go down, Bitcoin's going to do this, Bitcoin's going down to zero, which is never going to happen. Let me explain that to you right now. The idea of Bitcoin going to zero is something that is never going to happen because regardless of, let's say in 10, 15, 20, 35, 45 years, something happens to Bitcoin, something happens to the blockchain, blah, 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 blah. People behind the scenes are still going to use it. People still use all these other crappy coins. Do you think if Bitcoin falls down in price, or even if, sorry, got off track. I saw so many articles. There was one, I don't want to say their names. I don't want to invoke them like Voldemort. There was an article from someone, you've heard from him many other times before, and he was basically saying that at some point, Bitcoin's going to get flipped by another coin. And I was like, you are hyper delusional in the world that you live inside of. If people are using these other terrible coins, do you not think that people would simply hard fork Bitcoin or do something to it to make it even more secure and people would start using it again? The point is, got a little bit off track. Yes, it looks as if Bitcoin is indeed eating gold. This is the information that we had last year from a couple of banks who basically told us through leaked information that it looked as if institutions and banks would potentially, no one knows, be selling off their gold to be able to buy more Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure it's happening. I don't know what to tell people who told me years ago that that wasn't going to happen, even the beginning of last year or something like that, because I was telling a lot of people. I was like, listen, gold is great, gold is golden and stuff like that, and it's pretty to look at, but we live in a digital world now. That is how things are going to be. Anyway, $51,000. Bullish Coinbase premium returns as Bitcoin reaches 51,400 US dollars. I think we even just passed that like a couple of seconds ago. I think the number goal that I keep seeing around, I think it's 53,000 and then 56,000. These are the actual like next targets, if you will. If you look on crypto Twitter, it's a bit intense. People are saying the whole narrative, Bitcoin's never going to fall past down 50,000 again. I saw a lot of people in the comment section asking, what am I doing? I'm like dancing as I'm sitting here. A lot of people in the comment section were asking when Bitcoin was going to fall back down to like 30 or 20,000 again so they could buy. And I was like, don't wait for too long. I ask you to not hold your breath because you will turn blue in the face and probably collapse, and it is not a good thing for you. What's this one? Bitcoin hits a new high, 51,300, as analyst declares historic parabolic advance. Oh yeah, this is also another thing. We have a lot of people who are saying that we are officially, this is now official, according to the analysisers, that passing by $50,000, we are currently in a hyper parabolic advance that could actually last for a very long time. I think the longest time frame that I saw was 22 months. Which also then slightly, no, it does. It coincides with the time frame that we heard from JP Morgan Chase and Citibank and something other bank about Bitcoin hitting $600,000 by next year. So I guess the numbers do kind of fit together. Anyway, yeah, Bitcoin's price keeps rising. If you are shorting Bitcoin, I do not know what to tell you. Have you not paid attention to the last 39 videos that I've made? Every major payment system is into Bitcoin. Every single major bank has declared that they're into Bitcoin. Mega companies are buying Bitcoin. Hedge funds are buying tons of Bitcoin. You and your friends are also buying Bitcoin. The supply keeps dwindling and people keep acting as if like, what, Bitcoin's rising in price? That's crazy, bro. Just watch my videos and it becomes abundantly clear why. Anyway, what's this one? Same thing? Yeah, here we go. Block Tower Capital CIO, fancy. He said this Bitcoin bull run could take Bitcoin's price to $400,000 by 2023. He's not the only one who said this. There are tons of people who are saying that what's it called? Not necessarily the strength of the market, but Bitcoin's fundamentals and the amount of accumulation that's rapidly happening looks as if Bitcoin's strength is only going to continue. It's the basic idea that, once again, the supply keeps dwindling. Institutions keep buying. You keep buying. As more and more Bitcoin gets taken off the shelf and there's only 3 cans left on the shelf, everybody still wants those cans. And the price of those cans ends up, I said cans like 9 times, keeps rising. So we're going to see this continually happen. It's just a matter of no one knows exactly how high we will go. We have, I think the lowest we saw was 120,000. 135, there was a 288, there was a 300,000, there was a 400,000 on the screen, and I think the highest was from, I believe it was Citibank, who said $655,000. I think that was the next year Bitcoin price according to them. So yeah, very exciting time. I hope and wonder if anyone out there actually bought the dip. Anyway, that's the price news, because, I mean, there was no other actual price news for any other cryptocurrency because we broke by 50,000. Therefore, Bitcoin's going to get all the light shown on it. This is not light. That's me turning the light towards it. And without further ado, I haven't had breakfast. I haven't had sugar. I don't even drink coffee. So there's no reason for this energy. I guess it's just life. Let's move on. Next up, in okay, cool, everywhere news, the Diem Association, previously known as Libra, that is the coin for Facebook, is progressing towards launch with a new technical upgrade that reportedly allows more financial institutions to connect with the payment network. Wow! Crypto security specialist Fireblocks and First Digital Asset Group, a Diem payment provider, announced on Tuesday that they've developed a secure wallet and infrastructure that allows financial institutions to facilitate transactions on the Diem network. Founded in 2017, I don't care about that, the Diem network appears ready to begin onboarding new clients, provided they qualify as a virtual asset service provider, or a VASP. The Financial Action Task Force defines a VASP as a business that's involved in exchange, transfer, or safeguarding of virtual assets. Wonderful. So the news being is that it appears that Diem is going to be launching relatively soon. This has gone through many phases. Since they first announced it, I believe in 2019, the current iteration is a fragment of what it was before. The initial idea was that they were going to be launching a Libra coin, and that would kind of be it. And then they were told by regulators that in order for us to be comfortable with this, you have to also launch a US dollar Libram coin, a Euro Libram, a Yen Libram, or Libram, and stuff like that. And they were like, cool, okay, we'll do the exact same thing. So no one knows the time frame. No one knows when this is all going to happen, but it is still... Facebook has a lot of users. And what's going to end up happening is that there's still going to be one of the largest banks on the planet. I don't assume that Facebook has actually backed down and been like, no, we can't do all this stuff because regulators said no. I'm pretty sure they're putting a nice little stamp on it with a bow. that it looks nice for regulators, and then they're going to do exactly what they want. Anyway, cool. Yeah. All I'm waiting for is the rumor that when this does launch, that apparently they're going to also have a wallet for Bitcoin, which I think is more or less a definite at this point. They probably are having internal discussions as to if they should be adding Bitcoin, because they're going to. But the other part is, if regulators are comfortable with Diem and their wallet and everything is KYC, AML at the wazoo, they're going to add Bitcoin as well to allow regulators to say, hey, we now also have a regulatory spot place for people to use Bitcoin as well, and we get all their transaction information. You kind of get the point. Anyway, cool. That's the Diem news. I only have 2 tabs open because, believe me, there were thousands. And without further ado, let's moving on. Of course this was going to happen news. A lot of people believe that this was the actual reason why Bitcoin popped up in price. MicroStrategy, the software giant, and one of the leading Bitcoin advocates institutions, has announced a proposed private offering of $600 million of convertible senior notes, which the company intends to use to buy more Bitcoin. MicroStrategy has already purchased nearly $1.6 billion worth of Bitcoin by converting a portion of their treasury from cash into crypto. The official press briefing says MicroStrategy intends to use the net proceeds from the sale of the notes to acquire additional Bitcoin. Logically, here's a tweet for it right here. Before its current $600 million convertible senior note offering, the software giant had done a similar offering of nearly $650 million, which Citibank, oh my gosh, I forgot even that all of that happened. MicroStrategy came out and they were like, we're going to try and raise $200 million to buy Bitcoin. The next day it was $350 million. The next day they said $450 million. And by the end of it, they said, we're going to try and raise $650 million. It's like 3 days to raise this much money. I think 2.5 days later, they did. Citibank downgraded them. And how do I say this? How do I even... Banks do things because they think they can swing their arm around. It's not their arm, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And they can kind of dismantle and move prices however they kind of want. What actually ended up happening is that more people actually ended up buying into MicroStrategy even after Citibank downgraded them. Why Citibank downgraded them? Who knows? Maybe they thought it was, what's it called? Risque? To be able to take out or loan away that much money to buy into Bitcoin. But they made these companies who've been putting out like debt and stuff like that have made enormous amounts of money already. Like it's just absolute. Anyway, the point is MicroStrategy has announced that they are buying another, I give it a week, like an actual week, not a fake week, like an actual week. We're probably going to hear by next Wednesday that they have purchased another $600 million worth of Bitcoin. Popular news, Bitcoin blast past 50K as MicroStrategy plans $600 million. MicroStrategy wants to buy an additional $600 million. MicroStrategy intends to, go away, to buy more Bitcoin. Bitcoin rallies to $50,000. What's this one? MicroStrategy plans to raise another, as you can see, it's quite popular because it's $600 million that they're going to be putting into Bitcoin. I saw some of the people in the comments who were like, we get it, dude, we get it. Like, we understand. So I do, I'm quite thankful that there are people out there who have understood my ranting and raving for quite a while when I was saying where all this stuff was going to go. Because we're here, but we're still not even there. I told you all these prices were going to happen. I told you that these other people who were saying that the things were never going to take place, that they were insane. Every single time someone kept on saying, well, Bitcoin's at 25,000, it has to drop back down to 8,000, and then we know it's real. No, you're crazy. So the point is, MicroStrategy is going to be buying $600 million extra dollars worth of Bitcoin in the very near future. PayPal, Square, and every other company out there, they're also still buying roughly more than around 900 Bitcoin per day. Visa, MasterCard, JP Morgan Chase, Deutsche Bank, Citibank, question mark, are all buying and getting into Bitcoin. I know you're paying attention. I'm not going to even say it. And without further ado, let's move on. Peter Schiff said that he was wrong about Bitcoin not hitting $50,000, but called the cryptocurrency the biggest bubble of them all. Is the word pity? I don't think the word is pity. I think the word is just sorry. I feel that if you have been saying that something was going to happen for a long time and it has not happened, maybe just, what is it? Hang up your hat, hang up your coat, toss it into the ring, throw the chicken into the coop. I don't know what phrase to really use there. The amount of naysayers for Bitcoin and Bitcoin's price and where it's going to go and how high is so-and-so. Peter Schiff is one of the people who said that Bitcoin was going to go to zero since like 2014. I would be embarrassed if I said something was going to zero and 8 years later it still hadn't. So now Peter Schiff, I don't even know if it has it somewhere around here. I'm pretty sure it was him. Said that he expects Bitcoin to go to 100,000, but it'll still be a bubble. Sir, please have a seat and just leave us alone. Nurio Rubini's doing the exact same thing. What's the other guy's name who keeps like ranting and raving all the time? He's like rabid hounds at this point. No one cares what you're saying. No one cares what you think. You've been wrong consistently. You told all these people to sell their Bitcoin, to get out of Bitcoin, and to buy gold. Multiple times. If you had, my gosh, he probably told people to sell their Bitcoin when it was around $1,000. These people would be worth around six figures by this point. I posted something on my Twitter yesterday. It was a joke, but it also definitely happened, where Dave Ramsey, I'm sure you remember this as well, last year, I believe it was last November or last December, Bitcoin had just hit $25,000. And he told a caller, you should sell that Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's funny money, and I don't think you can cash out. He believed that this person could not cash out of Bitcoin. What sense does that make? I hope that person who he told to cash out at 25,000 hung up the phone and walked away and lived his best life, because he's doubled his money, more than doubled his money at this point. I think that's all I'm going to say on that matter, but I definitely, it's not even vindication. It's like go away dedication. I don't get why these, when Bitcoin, WHEN BITCOIN goes to $300,000, these people are going to say it's still a bubble. It could have been a bubble before. I could see that. But the amount of money that's flowing into the space, the amount of infrastructure that's being built, the amount of upgrades that we have coming, the strength of the network, volatility does not equal going down to zero. These people need help, and I hope they get it. I'm not joking. Why are you so obsessed with our space if you think we're going to zero? Think about that. When you go into the supermarket, are you obsessed with cucumbers because you don't like them? That cucumber's going to zero, man. I'm tired of looking at it. Do you focus on, you are focused on this because you're so afraid and so sad that you are incorrect? These people could have made bank. And I don't mean like a little bit of money. These people who are talking so adamantly about how Bitcoin's terrible, Bitcoin's going down to zero, these people have money. They have tons of money in their bank account. They've been betting against Bitcoin since it was $100. Imagine if you had simply purchased Bitcoin at $100 and had shut your mouth. You'd have made hundreds of millions of dollars, and you'd probably even be a Bitcoin advocate. I want them to not buy a single Satoshi. I want them to be the people who have to buy in when Bitcoin is $495,000. I want them to buy in heavy. And I mean, I want like tens of millions of dollars from their bank accounts to buy into Bitcoin. The very next day, I want the correction to happen. And I want Bitcoin's price to fall down to 200,000. That would make my Christmas. Not sure what it is. Why? What the? Anyway, yeah. I'm sure they're going to be in the news again. This was also, and I dare not even say very popular news. It was a very multiplied, commonly seen news story of the day. Shrug. Let's move on. Next up, Ethereum will soon introduce a new HF1 upgrade. Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum, announced on the 15th of February that it is the first hard fork update. Yay! According to his blog, the upgrade aims to achieve 3 vital tasks. Firstly, it aims to extend the assistance of light clients. This shall help the nodes to work through cell phones. Why did I read it that way? To work through cell phones. That's kind of cool, though. You get to cell phone optimization. Secondly, some of the issues of the grassroots level will be secured, which weren't addressed earlier because it would have caused a delay during the initial launch. Cool. And lastly, it will keep a check on the hard forking system with a step-by-step process ahead of implementing significant changes all at once. Yeah, I think the coolest part is being able to run a node from your phone. I think when all coins have stuff like that, I think it's basically game over for anyone talking about that the networks aren't secure. When everyone can use their phone to secure about 5 networks at once, and then you have, 800 million people securing Bitcoin and it's the transactions. Anyway, cool. Yeah. Ethereum 2.0 is apparently going to have its first hard fork. Absolutely exciting for what they're doing. And then like a minute and a half after, Coinbase was like, hey, we can do the exact same thing. Coinbase has announced that the waitlist, fancy, to earn staking rewards with Ethereum 2.0 is now live. The exchange will allow its users to stake any amount of Ethereum and earn a yield of 7.5% annually. I was waiting for this, and I'm expecting Ethereum's price to actually move up on this as well. While Coinbase may not be my favorite cryptocurrency exchange, they are extremely well known. When doing things like this, people want a well-known exchange to be able to put their money into, to be able to hold their money, to custody it, whatever the actual case might be. And I think this is going to cause a rapid rise in the amount of people who are actually staking on the Ethereum 2.0 network. 7.5% is absolutely grand. They also say that, once again, you can use any amount. Senior products, Coinbase revealed, eagerly waited. Once off the wait list, users will not face any minimum requirements. You can use any amount of Ether that you have. This is great because if you want to, I think, run your own staking node or something like that, you need 32 Ether. This is if you want to do it by yourself. And even at that point, you could just do it on your own computer and not have to pay Coinbase a fee, just being honest. But if you have less than that, you can do it with them if you choose to do so. They will give the smaller investors the opportunity to earn rewards for staking. Ideally, to run a validator node for Ethereum's new blockchain, a user needs to have at least 32 Ether in their own account. Quite popular news. Absolutely wonderful that they're finally doing this. I mean, it just takes time, but the point is, yay. Cool. I'm still, I don't know. I know that Ethereum's price is going to go up. That's just completely logical at this point. I think I just kind of want to, I think I just kind of want to see numbers and stuff like that. And yeah, anyway, that's the Coinbase Ethereum 2.0 Ethereum hard fork news. And let's move on. And to finish things off, I'm not sure if I went over this. I'm actually not sure because it's also still popular news. The interest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies at large is growing daily. With more institutional investors embracing the technology Tesla's purchased, apparently is causing more people to be like, hey, we should get into that when we should have gotten into it before. Recently, Mexican companies have also shown a great desire to be part of the whole Bitcoin frenzy. Mauricio Hurtado, senior partner at PricewaterhouseCoopers, revealed that in the El Economista, I'm going to get this. El Economista. Got it. Reported that the interest of Mexican companies in adopting cryptocurrency has skyrocketed. He also added that the whole widespread desire for cryptocurrencies by large companies is due to the increased adoption. Don't even have to read anymore. I don't remember if I went over this yesterday or something like that. It sounds familiar, but we keep getting news that this country is looking interested into getting into the cryptocurrency space and other things like that. So the point is, apparently Mexican companies are going to be buying Bitcoin as well. Once again, usually when we end up getting news, it usually is USA focused. And I think that's a lot of times people say, well, it's happening, but it's happening within the USA, and not realizing that it's also taking place around the entire world. So I guess this news is good for maybe jogging people's minds and being like, oh, hey, they also have money, so they're also going to be buying it as well. Yeah. Anyway, that's all that news that we just went over. And let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbite University, Jojo Shaw Show, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolay, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Barebones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Nita Miracle, Crypto Stahl, George Montoya, Wiselink, not TMI, Conan, don't skip leg day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banano, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stoyer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moher Moroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Richard III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller, Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monks Corner Staff, Arithmetic 17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Up Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crea LaMichelle, Earl, I'm joking, URL, Earl, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to all the new Patreon members. Thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. Thank you to everyone who left a thumbs up, who left a comment, who has subscribed, and who's still here listening to me having a sugar rush rant. I have not had any sugar, I promise you. At the memento, Bitcoin is currently at $51,514. It is up by 4.64%. The other coins were getting drained. If we did not see as I was scrolling down, they all had a situation right here. This is when Bitcoin was popping up higher, where basically everyone was selling off their coins, and also the Satoshi prices dumping as well as more people push money into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, once again, is the market. Just letting you all know that. Yeah. A lot of the coins are trying to recover. I assume by day's end, most of the market, if not all of it, should be in some type of a light green. If you will, Monero's up by 5%. Wrapped Bitcoin is also up because it's a wrapped Bitcoin. Celsius is up by 4 because that makes a lot of sense. $11 million trading volume. Tons of sense. Chain token is up by 10%. Gotta love those chains. Anything else? Yeah, everything else is in red, except for Decred, which is the point is, Bitcoin is powerful. And if it looks like Bitcoin is going to skyrocket anytime soon, the altcoins are going to be drained. That's kind of the weight of the market. Anyway, I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be. I do hope it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See